afternoon. Welcome to my home. I'm delighted you joined me. Now, it is, what time, what is it? It's nearly 6 o'clock on the 22nd. I'll say that again, on the 23rd of May. God, where's time flying? Anyway, today's subject on my video chat with you is, as you probably would have imagined, is the announcement by Ireland, Norway and Spain that they're going to recognise a Palestinian state. Now, as an Irishman and a Jew, it's a sort of, they called me in Las Vegas the leprechaun. And I'm a very proud Irishman, and a very proud Jew. No one could ever argue with my recognition of the wonderful Ireland. I'm an Irishman, and an Irishman living abroad, there you are, there's nothing you can do about that. Now, but I am certainly far from proud of the Irish government at the moment. Yes, I know for years Ireland have recognised or supported the Palestinians, etc., etc. I know that. They've even once flew a Palestinian flag from the government buildings. Okay, I'll go along with that. It's hard for me to talk about things because people go, oh Jesus, your man is prejudiced. But let me just say a few things about this recognition at a time. I absolutely pray for peace, without doubt. Peace for the Palestinians, peace for the Israelis. There's no doubt about that. It would be a wonderful, peaceful area. In fact, if I was to point out one day, I'd point out the 6th of October last year. It was a beautiful, peaceful day, but Hamas didn't want that, so by the 7th, we all know what happened. You know, half an hour. Now, we'll go into the reason why I think that the announcement at this time for a two-state solution at this time is not ready. And I tell you why. It needs negotiation. It needs a plan to be set out of how this will happen. And most of all, if you're going to have a state here and a state there, you wanted to be rid of terrorism, of Hamas on the Palestinian side. And I'll tell you why. Imagine this state headed up by Hamas, this agreed, recognized state, Palestinian state, headed up by Hamas. The head of Hamas, the chief, the jefe of Hamas, has promised on television that he will continue the October 7th attacks on Israel again and again and again. How can you recognize? Now, I know that the recognition of the state, Palestinian state, is not necessarily including Hamas. But stop. How are you going to get rid of Hamas? I mean, you're condemning Israel for trying to get rid of them. What's your plan? What is the plan? I haven't heard the plan. Have you heard it? Share it with me. Do you know that half an hour after the announcement made by Ireland's Taoiseach and the government, a Palestinian state, they said, Hamas responded saying a huge thank you for Ireland. Iran joined them as well. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. Hamas, a recognized terrorist organization, and Iran, well, I don't have to say much about them. It is a clear sign, surely. It's a reward for terrorism. Not just in Israel, but for us all. The danger. We want to get rid of Hezbollah. We want to get rid of Hamas. We want to get rid of ISIS. We want to get rid of terror. You don't reward it by saying, we'll give you a state. Now, again, they'll argue and say, no, we didn't mean Hamas as the state. We mean the Palestinians. Fine. I'll go along with that one. 100%. 100%. But come on. Get rid of Hamas. Sit down. Make a proper negotiation between Israel and between the Palestinians. Let them make up their own minds and have a two-state solution in time. But first of all, you've got to get rid of the terrorists out there. You can't have a terror state next to Israel, or a terror state next to Ireland, a terror state next to Spain, a terror state next to Norway. No one would live with that. Okay? The atrocity is on October the 7th, remembering that they will do it again and again and again. That is the thing. That is the thing. Now, will Hamas agree? Does anyone know this? As the Taoiseach of Ireland phoned the head of Hamas in Qatar and say, sorry for disturbing you in your state of luxury. But would you agree now giving up all the billions? Although they've got, I don't know if you ever saw that BBC programme, I think it was Panorama, that showed where the Hamas leaders have invested their billions around the world. So they have enough, I suppose, to live on. But this would stop and it would be controlled properly in a properly run Palestinian state. And I think, honestly, I think the Palestinians, personally I'm saying this, would be rejoicing with the freedom, free Palestine of Hamas. No one wants terrorists running for your country. No one. When was it? When it was 16 years ago when they were voted in? How many elections have you had since then? You tell me. Now tell me, how do they treat the people of the Palestinians? Tell me. Where's the billions that they've stolen? The billions that was given as aid to the Palestinians in Gaza, where did that go? Look at my Facebook today. You'll see in these tunnels. Look, these tunnels are as big as London Underground. Now just stop for 1 minute and think, how much did London Underground cost to build? Billions and billions. That's where the money went, guys. That's where it went. And how does this recognition at this time help the people in Gaza? How? Do you know when the Taoiseach, Simon Harris, heard that the Hamas was thanking him for what he's just done, he said, that's just unfortunate. You know, like, well, they shouldn't be thanking me. I didn't mean them. They weren't meant. I meant a Palestinian state without Hamas. Okay, I agree with that. Come on, I'll go here and shake your hand on that one. But you have to get rid of Hamas first. Now, if Hamas agreed for a ceasefire, agreed, not a ceasefire, but agreed to hand in their arms the way the IRA did, have them decommissioned, surrender, this war would be over like that. And now you could sit down and discuss a two-state solution. But making these announcements now is madness. I have a little thing that was said, where is it here? It was said by one minister. Every time I look for him, it goes here. It says it was a parade of stupidity and warns of dire consequences. Now, I don't think things can get much worse. So I think announcing a state, the Palestinian state could get much worse. But please, plan it. Sit down and plan it. Say, okay, we're willing to talk. Hamas is gone. They're not going to be the leaders of a two-state solution, are they? And Israel can sit down, and Ireland can get involved, Norway can get involved, and Spain. There's many other UN members who are involved in this two-state solution and support it. Sit down, everybody, get it together, and see if there's a way of living in peace. But not with a man who says he's going to commit October the 7th, the 7th, the 7th again and again and again. Not with him in charge. That's just my opinion. Anyway, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy yourself. And most of all, you pray for peace. Thanks.